Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? With the release of Call of Duty Mobile, you've kind of got to think, is this the end of Call of Duty as we know it on consoles and on PCs, or could it be a fresh start? So what I kind of mean is that Activision, the company behind Call of Duty, the publisher, are well known for their money making attempts. They've gradually managed to spoil a lot of the gameplay experience in Call of Duty over the years, going from an arcade World War Two shooter, Modern Warfare kind of shooter, to adding in supply drops, random weapons, basically. And Black Ops 4 this year was pretty rough, wasn't it? And if you look at Destiny from Bungie, there's loads of complaints about that in terms of pay to win almost. Ooh. And you think, well, perhaps and hopefully with Call of Duty Mobile, Activision have finally got the game that they want, which is a game that millions and millions of people have downloaded already, and more will be downloading over, the next few weeks and next few months. Um, and there are so many potential monetization opportunities in this particular game that it's going to keep them really happy. Players happy because we get a free game and it gives us the Call of Duty experience that we want, um, without having to shell out sort of $80 every um, every year or so. And then what I'm really hoping for is that this means that this title on mobile will generate so much money for Activision that they'll realise that the version that we buy on consoles on PC, that we're spending our £70 a year on, they're going to keep it special and hopefully remove some of the monetization for it. That's kind of what I hope. Obviously, the reality of what could happen is that they're making so much money from Call of Duty Mobile that we need to do the same thing on console. Maybe even release a free-to-play console game. Tango down. Hostile predator missile inbound. Enemy down. Reloading. And they'll cover the console version in the same things, with season passes, battle passes. So many different paid options that will lose kind of the essence of what Call of Duty is, putting weapons in crates. But, that sort of thing. That guy's got a sniper, isn't he? He knows what he's doing. I should work a different corner. So I don't know. We're going to have to see, aren't we, really, with the release of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. There's been so much hate for that game since the beta, when we've discovered things like the PlayStation exclusive on the Spec Ops Survival mode, the poor network connectivity that has become apparent. And the idea that a lot of the content going to be there's going to be guns in weapons crates. So we're going to have to kind of see, aren't we? But I'm kind of hoping that this is a new start for Call of Duty. that the monetization is really all going to be funneled into this version, the mobile version, and that's going to mean that they're going to be able to keep the console and the PC versions of Call of Duty in a much more traditional kind of state. But we'll just have to see. What do you think? Put your question in the comments. Brilliant. I tell you what, it really is an awful lot of fun. Oh look, that guy's got the minigun. Call of Duty Mobile. Get it downloaded, stick it on your Android device, stick it on your iOS device. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe this will be the Call of Duty we end up with, but I sure do hope that this means that all this money that this title is generating means that Activision can say to the likes of Infinity Ward and Treyarch and Sledgehammer, you make the Call of Duties you want to, that the fans want. They can pay their £60 to £80 every year, and we won't have to put up with all the shenanigans of weapons in loot crates and exclusivity and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's enough from me. As I say, put your questions and comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.